apartment in the Lower East Side. Okay, this is not really my apartment.
We are so late. Wow. Yay! Hi everybody, this is Michelle Polar and this was my inbound experience. Inbound is the biggest marketing event in the US. It is powered by HubSpot, and this year I had the honor to be part of it. The best part of this event was having the chance to listen to the most amazing people talk about creativity, branding, values, togetherness, authenticity, equality, women empowerment, courage. And I'd love to share with you the key takeaways from each of the best talks that I heard.
How many of you have CAD, Conference Anxiety Disorder?
Brene Brown was the opening speaker. She's one of my ultimate heroes, and she rocked that stage. She talked mostly about belonging, and this is what I learned. Number one, there's a huge difference between belonging and fitting in. Fitting in happens when we adjust our behavior or personality to fit a certain group of people. Now, belonging is when we proudly bring ourselves, our authentic self, into any group or situation. And belonging is non-negotiable because our values are non-negotiable. Number two, I learned that the people with the highest level of belonging are also the ones that have the highest courage to stand alone. More and more, I've been challenging myself to do things on my own. And I realized that the more I do it, the more comfortable I feel bringing my authentic self into any kind of situation in life. So start by feeling comfortable around yourself and then go from there. Number three, I learned that people are hard to hate from up close. The further away we are, the easier it gets to dehumanize people and judge. So let's get closer to people and let the world become a more loving place. Number four, and this is the hardest of them all to put into practice. Respond with generosity, curiosity, and civility to the bullshitters. I left that night feeling more human and more connected than ever before.
And your values, the things that really make you who you are beyond those resume bullets, beyond your achievements.
Gilardi is the co-founder of my favorite online publication, Refinery29. Through spectacular graphics and storytelling, she shared the stories that got her where she is today. And she shared her strategies to become courageously creative. First, she talked about the importance of asking questions instead of pretending that we know it all. And that way, we will be able not only to learn, but also to earn power when we're sitting at the big boys' table or big girls' table, whatever. She talked about self-awareness and the importance of owning our own brand and developing a unique style, just like she did with Refinery29. And my favorite takeaway, friction creates sparks. And to embrace friction, we need courage. So instead of looking for things to perfectly align and make sense, look for discomfort and then try to make sense out of that. At 4:15, I got into the room that I was going to present. And then guess who's sitting in the first row?
So I just went up to Vienna and she said she's coming to my talk. So no pressure.
And that is when I knew
that I was about to have a panic attack.
Oh, key takeaways about my talk?
You see, what I've learned is that the enemy of success is not failure, it's comfort. And that the more uncomfortable we get, the greater the reward. Comfort is what keeps us from raising our hands to suggest the next big idea. And it tells us things like, good things come to those who wait. But who in this room is tired of waiting? So there's this misconception that something will happen and then you know it's the right time to face your fear or take a risk. But as Da Vinci put it, people of accomplishment rarely sat back and let things happen to them. They went out and happened to things.
And finally, I want to talk about Michelle, not me, Obama, who was the icing on the cake.
If there's any advice I'd give people is that it'll be hard to stand up for yourself if you don't love yourself.
Michelle was interviewed by the renowned Roxane Gay, and this is what I learned. First, criticism is a growing pain, so don't run away from it. Embrace it, but never ever allow criticism to define you, because those people don't know you. Number 2, it's hard to try to be somebody else, harder than owning your own voice. And that is what set her apart as First Lady. She says she never stopped being Michelle Robinson Obama, the woman who, before being First Lady, went to Harvard Law School and had a life and was a real person. Number 3, the first thing that you need to know if you want others to respect you is to respect yourself. And to do so, you need to love yourself. So, self-love above all. 4, she talked about how we are taught to value others' opinions above ours, and how we need to listen to our own voice first. Number 5, people will recognize you for your work. So if you don't like what others are saying about you, then start at work and then let that speak for itself. Number 6, and my favorite, to be a good leader, you have to recognize the humanity in each person and treat everybody on your team as if they're your family. The best way to manage humans is by leading with empathy. Alright guys, thank you so much for listening. I am so thankful that I was part of this conference and that I get to share with you everything that I've been learning along the way. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Alright? Bye!